we talked about different places to have the wedding and different dates, and my daughter Tara pretty much had her heart set on the Priory. So we came to the Priory, and with no date in mind, we were able to have a date on the first available was a year and 3 months away. So she chose August 1st of that year because that was what was available at the Priory. So from there, we got assigned Walter, who was our event planner, and the story goes from there that it was perfect in every way. They start from top to bottom, they explain everything, they explain why they do things the way they do for the interest of other people, the safety of people, and, you know, accommodating, I would have to say, accommodating young couples in the 21st century is not easy, and they pulled it off. There was no stone left unturned. We met with Walter. We were invited to a couple tastings. I wish there would have been more tastings. It was just wonderful. And every time you came in, they had more ideas and more suggestions and, you know, more contacts that they were going to make for us. And it just made us it was a destination wedding a half an hour from home. If anything we needed, it were accommodating for us to set up. And whenever we were here a couple hours, and Walter said, if you let me know what else needs to be done, he said, it'll be done for you. We just looked at each other and said, sounds like a plan to me. We walked out of here on Friday morning, and I hadn't come back until 5 o'clock on Saturday. And it couldn't have been any more beautiful. And every single thing that they said to take care of was taken care of. And when we walked in the door, they reassured us with a list. They had our punch list. It was done. I never looked back. I got in the car on Friday morning, and I knew that I could come to the wedding as the mother of the bride and not have to be, you know, policing anything that was going on here. It was just breathtaking. I had never been to a wedding down here before. I've been to a lot of weddings, but you walked in, and Walter let Dan and I in, and Phil's mom and dad, Paul and Marilyn Calabrese, brought us in. We were allowed to survey the place, look around, make sure it was what we planned on. They had a drink, you know, a glass of wine with us and reassured us, you know, do we have any questions before they open the doors? Is there anything we'd like to change? I just felt like I was in some enchanted place because I didn't have to, I just knew from looking, it was just perfect. And the staff, the doors open, the bar open, the hors d'oeuvres were being passed. We had a beautiful day. People were enjoying the courtyard and going back in. And everybody that was from town kept saying to me, how did you find this place? How did you do this? I said, Tara found it. We found somebody we could trust, and we didn't have to worry about one thing, nothing at all. And I learned a lot about weddings when I came here because I never knew half the stuff that you do. It was just done for us. So I can't tell you that anything was left out because there was more things than I ever dreamed of provided for us here. The food was excellent. I will say that the invitation sent out asked if anyone had any food or dietary restrictions, and those were accommodated. And my daughter, who's in the wedding, that's hers, and the father of the bride had dietary restrictions. We had served filet mignon and crab cake, and my daughter ordered chicken fingers and french fries, and her dad ordered a hamburger and french fries, and that was served just as eloquently as everything else was. As embarrassed as I am to say that, and it was just, I mean, he probably said it was the best burger he ever had because it was probably the happiest day of his life. But it was amazing that they didn't even question us. That was what we wanted, and that's what we were going to have. And people to this day stop me and say, would you recommend that? You know, people coming from out of town that didn't stay here have now come back to, you know, visit and stay here, and are planning to do that this summer. And not for a wedding, just because they found out this little secret. last year was a year of weddings for that age group. And after the wedding, the next day we had people over, and the one friend is getting married in October, and she said, "Oh, Tara," she said, "my wedding's going to be like a fire hall wedding compared to yours." It was a different venue that they were going to have, and it was kind of out in the park and things like that. And, you know, Tara said, you know, everybody has their own style. But when they came in here, it was like, we can't top this, which was not our intention. I mean, anybody, you know, can go any place they want. But it was something you don't expect here. Maybe in Vegas or New York City,